In 1985, the New England Patriots were seen as a good team whose history of underachievement gave it little chance of ever becoming a great team. But the Patriots surprised the football world by launching an incredible playoff run, placing a cast of unheralded veterans and talented young players on the verge of a championship.
People weren't expecting an awful lot, other than us.
Head coach Raymond Berry saw the season's poor start compounded by an injury to Tony Eason. Off the bench came a warrior named Steve Grogan, and fortunes instantly improved.
When Grogan walked in that huddle, and all of a sudden Grogan starts calling plays, and they start letting him ask us, will this work and will that work? Man, we had confidence.
We would go to battle for him. You know, Steve, don't worry about interceptions or knockdown passes. We are with you 100%.
Under Grogan's command, New England caught fire and reeled off 6 straight wins. On defense, the Patriots played with the same tenacity, executing a simple game plan to devastating perfection. Grogan suffered a broken leg and a loss to the Jets, and the reins were handed back to Tony Eason.
We had the utmost confidence in Tony. There was no problem with Tony being in the game. He was a great athlete, had a great arm, he could scramble, he was smart, he was tall, physical, all the things you needed to be a quarterback.
Injuries are going to happen in a season. If you allow them to be a distraction, they certainly will be. We had to feature a running game better to get a pressure off of Tony, so you just kind of play the hand that's dealt you and get on with it.
Led by a power running game, New England set its sights on a division championship. But despite a warm reception, Miami handed the Patriots their 18th consecutive loss in the Orange Bowl. Granted a wild card berth, the Patriots faced the daunting task of playing on the road.
We had no doubt in our mind we were going to beat the Jets. You know, that was a good team, and it was a good rivalry and all those things, but there was no doubt in our mind we'd beat the Jets, just because we had a confidence about us at that point in time. This is a game we're going to win.
Confidence would not be as high in Los Angeles against the heavily favored Raiders, but aggressive defense and special teams play proved to be the difference for the Patriots in a shocking upset.
We were nip and tuck with them the whole time, and when the fumble came out on the kickoff return and Jim Bowman recovered it in the end zone, it was like you could just see the straw break on that camel's back.
We got on the bus after that, and we were jacked because we knew when we went to play in the Orange Bowl against the Dolphins, and we knew the Dolphins knew, and Dan Marino and those guys, we were going to beat them. We knew we were going to the Super Bowl.
Here we are at the Orange Bowl in Miami, Florida for the AFC Championship game. Whoever would have believed in the early part of the season that the Patriots would be here?
Patriots have not won here in 18 straight games. This one is for the right to play in Super Bowl 20.
I was totally confident that we were going to beat them. In fact, my dad came down from Minnesota to watch a game, and I said, Dad, if you get some money, bet on us. Bet the house, because we're going to beat these guys.
Looks to throw. He comes once and throws. Touchdown, Patriots. Tony Collins. The Patriots have the lead.
And I don't think at the time we were doing it, we didn't know we weren't supposed to be winning on the road.
For so many years, we were disappointment. And all of a sudden, you know, we'd beaten Miami, and the Chicago Bears is just a game away from being world champions.
The Jason's dead, baby. I'm too young to remember that anyway. I don't know nothing about it either.
And it was just, it was the most, gratifying experience I had as a professional football player, was to realize that we had a chance to go to the big one. And we had beaten Miami and done what no other team had done before, and that was to win every game on the road.
I remember getting on the airplane flying back, and I remember saying to Raymond Berry, hey, we need to remind everybody, we're not finished. We got another game to play. And unfortunately, it took 2 weeks to play that game. But we were on such a high after the Orange Bowl victory and the Dolphins victory and all those things, we could never come back down to earth and get focused back in on another game.
Super Bowl 20 proved to be a mismatch, as the Chicago Bears provided a crushing end to New England's season. Making matters worse in the days that followed were newspaper accounts of drug use by several team members. The joyride had come to an abrupt end.
It really distracted from what should have been a time that we were proud of what we'd done. Even though we'd lost the Super Bowl, we had been there, done everything we needed to do to get us to that point, and suddenly the focus of a very good season was shifted from what we had done on the field to what a few of the players had done off the field.
After a division crown in 1986, the Patriots quietly sank back into obscurity, leaving behind one of the most unlikely of Super Bowl teams.